Hi, Thriller Movies Recap here. Today I'm going to show you a movie titled Till Death, so relax and enjoy. Spoilers ahead, watch out. Tom tells Emma that he's been thinking about her while she stares out of a window. He confesses to her how much he cares for her, but she tells him she can't follow through anymore. Tom begs Emma to continue their affair, but Emma refuses and picks up her bag to leave. While at the door he asks to see her the following day for the last time, but Emma tells him that it's not possible because it's her anniversary. Emma arrives at her husband's office the following day after entering the office building. Her husband's assistant hands her flowers and wishes her a happy anniversary. She enters the office and notices a file on the desk. She flips it open and finds the photo of the man who attacked and robbed her. Emma is reminded of the attack in a flashback when her husband Mark enters the room and tells her he thought she would wear the red dress, assuring her that they have time for her to change into the one he prefers. When he discovers the picture in her possession, he assures her that it will only make her worry. He tells her the reason he has her file is because her attacker's on parole and he was going to revoke it. When she queries whether he misses his job as a DA rather than as a lawyer who helps men like her assailant get out of jail, he told her he'd rather have the money. They take the elevator on their way out and Tom meets them on the lower floor. Each of them shares a contrasting narrative about how Emma and Tom first met each other. Afterwards, the couple had their anniversary meal. Mark orders for desserts and Emma declines, but he gets her one anyway. Since it's their steel anniversary, he presents her with a steel necklace. In the restaurant, two individuals become engaged, and he remarks that she was once as joyful as the lady. Emma presents him 2 Super Bowl tickets as gifts and he told her he despises it. After putting the necklace around her neck, he wishes her a joyful anniversary. While Emma is in the restroom, she hears the girl sobbing. She explains to her that just because she said yes, it doesn't mean she has to marry the man. After the girl reprimands her, Emma congratulates her on being engaged. They exit the restaurant, leaving the Super Bowl tickets, which the waitress discovers. As they step outside, Mark informs her that he has another surprise in store for her. On their way, he blindfolds Emma and prevented her from removing it when she tries to. Just as they approach their lake house, Emma becomes agitated and rips it off. Mark tells her he feels that there they can reignite their marriage. Once inside the house, Emma removes the blindfold and finds a wedding vow on the table Mark left for her. She follows the hints he has left her all over the house and finds herself in a dimly lit room with their photos. She can play the record player that's there. She chuckles when she hears the music and heads up the stairs to find Mark. Emma sees him waiting for her with wine in their bedroom. Mark expresses regret for not being a better husband. He assures her that this anniversary is only the first step toward their marriage getting better, and they share a bed. Emma wakes up the next morning and notices how chilly the room is. She becomes enraged as soon as she realizes that Mark has bound himself to her. He turns back and shoots himself. Emma shoves him aside and tumbles down the bed alongside him. She begins tugging on the chain in panic. She calms herself after a little while and carries the body to the landline, but it is not in service. Emma discovers the gun and attempts to shoot the chain, but the gun was out of ammunition, so she tosses it beneath the bed. When she carries the body to the closet, she discovers that her bridal gown is the only clothing there. She pulls it down and finds a safe behind it. Afterwards, she carried the body on the dress while donning Mark's bloodied shirt. They tumble down the steps together when he topples over her attempt to bring him down. When Emma enters the kitchen, she discovers that Mark has dropped her phone into the water. She continues to make fruitless attempts to turn it on. Emma searches the kitchen for a knife of any sort, but she doesn't find one. When she opens the garbage can, she discovers Mark's car keys inside. She then lugged the body through the snow to the car while dressed entirely in his clothes. She enters the car and turns it on after she has put him inside. As she attempts to warm her hands, the car runs for a little while before abruptly shutting off. Mark has also removed the car's gas. He tells her on tape that he knew about Tom while the radio continues to play. Emma wipes her face after dragging the body back into the house. She tries to untie the necklace he gave her after seeing it in the mirror, but she is unable to do so. She then proceeds to look through the basement but could not find any tools down there. With a determination to escape, Emma pulls the body up the stairs. She notices something in the dimly lit area after leaving the basement. The images inside have all been altered. They are the photo taken of her after the attack, and the one with Tom. Emma looks back and notices a large mug photo of her assailant. She approaches and plays the recorder next to the record player. This is a tape of her spouse interviewing her following the assault, prior to their marriage. Emma remembers the incident in a flashback. She swiftly locks it when she hears someone knocking. She discovers Tom at the door, who informs her that he received her text requesting his assistance. She denies sending a text to him after he finds the blood on her clothing. Emma opens the door and tells Tom what transpired. Tom informs her that Mark's career was on the verge of collapse. He inquires as to whether she phoned the police before attempting to outline the details of the situation. Emma, who is tired of being cuffed to the body, orders him to call the police. They notice another vehicle arriving as Tom steps outside to retrieve his phone from his car. She suggests they flee, but he assures her he will take care of it and asks her to close the door before leaving. Jimmy approaches Tom as the vehicle pulls up and says he's coming to mend a damaged pipe. Tom tells him that Mark isn't around and he could come back next time. He pays him what he would charge for the work. Jimmy demands to enter and use the restroom. Emma hides as a different man. Bobby gets out of the car. When Tom refuses to move, he stabs him. Bobby comes inside and takes a quick look around. Emma realizes he's the guy who attacked her. As he draws his final breath, Jimmy apologizes to Tom, expressing his deep sorrow over his killing of Tom. He tells Bobby they should go, but he tells his younger brother that they must first locate Emma. They both set out to find her. Bobby discovers the safe after seeing the debris in the bedroom. Inside the house, Jimmy notices the trail of blood. Emma pulls the body to the boatyard. Jimmy notices the trail and unwillingly follows it. Once inside the shed, she discovers a boat propeller. Emma rips off Mark's fingers to free herself from his grasp as Jimmy goes into the shed. She ducks before he could see her. He scans the area and rushes to the house to call Bobby as soon as he notices the body. When they return to the shed together, all they discover is the body. Emma hears them converse while she hides beneath the boat. Bobby identifies Mark as the one who employed them. He informs Jimmy that they must locate her in order to obtain the safe's code. After they depart, Emma finds the gasoline for the boat and uses bits of the cloth to bind her feet. The brothers return to the apartment. Jimmy informs Bobby that in addition to the code combination, a fingerprint is required to access the safe. They cannot blow it open. As Jimmy heads out to retrieve Mark's body, Emma nearly gets discovered while hauling fuel to the car. She carries the gasoline to the vehicle and begins to pump it. Bobby chases after her after hearing noises in the car park. Emma hastily hides as she hears him approaching. He finds the gas when he gets inside, but not her. Emma hears his footsteps beneath the car. When he bursts one of the tires, she sprints to the house, avoiding being caught once more by Jimmy. She enters into the basement and Bobby follows her. Emma becomes stuck in the stairway that connects Bobby's basement to Jimmy's entrance. She sets off the car alarm which distracts them to where the car is packed as they begin to close in. She arrives at the house and bids Tom farewell while they're at the car. While the brothers dispute outside, Bobby persuades Jimmy that they should complete the task and informs him that Emma is most likely still in the house. They notice she's removed Tom's shoes and coat when they walk in. Jimmy remains on the first floor as Bobby heads upstairs to check. Bobby climbs up there and follows a noise he hears coming from the attic. Emma strikes him on the head just as he believes he has located her. When Jimmy hears them, he quickly locates Bobby, who is then hit by her and shut up in a room. Bobby follows Emma as she rushes outside to Tom's car. She was able to call the police even though it lasted for few seconds. After telling Jimmy to bring the body upstairs, Bobby knocks Emma unconscious. Emma awakens once more shackled to Mark. She informs them that she does not know the combination. Bobby restrains Emma and informs her that the day Mark engaged her is the combination. She fears that he would kill her immediately after she tells him the date. Bobby made an attempt to chop off her toes, but Jimmy objects to his actions and attempts to talk him out of it. Bobby shoves him aside and he discovers the gun Emma dropped. Pointing it at his brother, he commands him to stop, forcing him to put down the knife. Emma and Jimmy decides that once he frees her from the handcuffs, she will tell them the combination. He was hoping to see diamonds inside, but all he finds is a note telling him where to locate the diamonds. They discovered that Emma's necklace contains the diamonds. Bobby grows impatient with Jimmy's attempts to open it and becomes determined to chop off her head in order to obtain the necklace. After taking the gun and toppling Jimmy, he attempts to shoot Emma but discovers there are no bullets in it. He holds her down once more as she lunges for the knife. Bobby pushes his brother onto a coat hanger, murdering him, as Jimmy tries to stop him. He becomes enraged, accusing her of being responsible for everything. He stabs her in the leg as they battle. He tries to stab her once more, but she evades him, picks up a large tool, and strikes him with it. Bobby follows her as she flees, but this time he is shackled to Mark. As Bobby stumbles down the steps, she flees to the car. When the car finally starts, she crosses the body and slams into the other vehicles. Upon realizing that she is unable to push the vehicles, she retreats inside the garage and runs Bobby over. She slams into the boat shed after losing control of the vehicle. As Bobby pursues her, he discovers her struggling onto the ice. Bobby catches up to her despite dragging Mark's body behind him. As he tries to choke her to death, she stabs him on the shoulder. When the ice breaches, they all tumble into the frigid waters. They fight once more. Emma manages to free herself from his grasp after removing the knife from his shoulder and stabs him in the eye. She swims up, but the ice holds her back. Emma abruptly hacks at the ice from underneath and manages to break free. She removes her ring and tosses it into the lake as she lies on the ice. From a distance, Emma hears police sirens.
Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.